Today's episode started with disaster. We built a whole stables, recorded a whole video, but unfortunately we had to burn it all down and restart because unfortunately my Minecraft crashed straight after finishing the build and that corrupted the footage, and so I basically had nothing usable. So I basically had to restart the build. So you will see some of the steps out of order because this is me just rebuilding the build that I had already done. And so I knew how it was built, and so I kind of neglected the order a little bit, but that is jarring in contrast to the order of the steps. So step 1 is the foundation. So I already had that loosely done, as you can probably already tell by some of the coarse dirt on the ground here. So I just wanted to make a little foundation for our stables with some mossy and a stone stair, just to make that little lip. I've been trying to incorporate more styles of building into my style, and I've seen people do some of this with some walls, so I was willing to try it out on this build. But other than that, we are starting to build up some of the logs around the side, just getting a gauge of how tall the stables need to be. As you can see, there are some horses and villagers and stuff like walking around. They're from the burnt down village. I was the Fire Nation, had to have a little reset. But yeah, just making some fences. I put this up on the hill behind the tower and stuff. I was going to put it down in near the river, but then I realized that that's more like a residential looking area. Now we're building the stables still, doing some walls, some stall dividing. I figured that was a bit more of a residential area, some more houses and like eating places, but this place on top of the hill has a really nice just flat area, and so I thought that I would use this for my more like agriculture builds, as I'm going to do like a pig pen, do a cow farm, maybe wheat farms, maybe a flower place, botanical garden, greenhouses, things like that. I think I'm going to keep them into these types of areas, so I can have like my agricultural area, I can have my like cultural area over there with my church and my library and my things like that, and then have my more like residential with the residents and things like that. And so it just makes the world flow a bit more. So this is step 4 in position of step 3, doing the little shed bit to the side. I took the shed from the original design and I kind of tweaked it into like a little connecting plit. And so originally I had like barrels and stuff in there, but I made it into like a connecting thing so we can have like an open yard for our horses. So that was pretty cool, just making that come along nicely. These AI builds have always been pretty cool, but I have been taking a bit more creative liberty with them, which probably goes against, the vibe of it, because it is getting AI to build it, but it was never really about that on this series, was it? It was more about seeing like what ChatGPT is really capable of and producing images of what it thinks as well, and deciding like what block types and things like that. It's always been kind of like a joint between ChatGPT giving me like loose instructions and me going off that and working creatively with that as well, because I think that reaches a good best of both worlds, where it is reflective of the ChatGPT's capabilities, but is also incorporating my creativity and style into it, because this is my YouTube channel, so you'd hope so. But on some other notes, the year's coming to an end and we got some Black Friday sales on right now, and I don't really know what to do because I want to buy some things, maybe some for some family members and for myself while things are still cheap. But this always happens and I never know never know really what I want or what I want to buy. And so I think I at least want to hit the Steam games, because I've seen some really good Steam sales at the moment, like with Abzu and Journey. I've always wanted to play both of those games. So I might dabble in that. But other than that, you know, it's getting closer to Christmas. And, you know, living that holiday cheer, that holiday spirit. But I never really been one to like Christmas. I enjoy Christmas as it is like a holiday, and you know, you get presents and things like that. But even then, like, opening presents isn't really something that I enjoy. Or, you know, spending time with you know, a bunch of different people around Christmas time. It can be a bit overwhelming, but it's alright. And I wanted to chat about some of the struggles that I've been having with the YouTube channel as it grows more, and I want to build more consistency into my YouTube. It is starting to be a challenge of staying motivated and staying on top of things, and, you know, doing things when I don't particularly feel like it, because I do have ADHD and things like that. So it is hard. I'm doing this all in 2 years. It is hard to stay on top of it, because even if I do thoroughly enjoy YouTube and it makes me happy and I could see it as like a career, you know, it's still so difficult for me to like get the ball rolling some days. You know, like I'll think about an idea of a video that I want to do, and I'll think about how I can do the video, and then I just won't, and I'll be bored all day and want to be doing something, but I can't do the thing that I want to do because it's deemed productive or something like that. I'm not sure how it works. Just doing the finishing touches now. Yeah, I'm not trying to explain to you guys how my brain works, but it is really difficult to stay in the swing of things. So I apologize if I miss on my upload days. Just know that I'm really trying, and videos will be coming. You know, I don't think that I'm just gonna stop this whatsoever. You know, if anything, this is probably the thing that I'm enjoying most in life recently. But the stables are coming to an end here. This is pretty spot on to what the stables looked like before, and I really enjoyed making this build actually. I am noticing that I am getting better at building, and buildings look a bit more textured, look a bit more lively. Instead of just looking super flat and one-dimensional, I'm starting to have a bit more life within my builds. But something that I've noticed is that my interiors are always quite a bit lacking. But here's what AI thought that the build did look like. We've got somewhat of a similar design, but overall mine is definitely a bit different because they've gone like a square design. Mine's a long rectangle. So other than that, thank you guys for coming back to the channel. I really appreciate you guys coming, and if you made it to the end of the video, please like and subscribe. I've been really enjoying making these videos, and I hope that I can keep it up for you guys. But other than that, thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.